with the conditions of their land. With the world outside their door casting a dark shadow, the people sought comfort and tried to make sense of it all by telling stories. As night closed in and the day's tasks were put aside, the people of the Longhouse would gather around the fire and tell each other fantastic tales of great floods, mythical creatures, and evil spirits. They told stories of the mischievous raven who brought light to the world, or the angry Thunderbird who flapped his wings, stomped the ground, and shot light from his eyes, making the first storms, or the Great Spirit who created the world in a time before light and long before the memory of humans. But these were more than simple stories to the people of the West Coast. They were part of the fabric of daily life. The favorite character of most of these stories was without a doubt Raven. Always out to satisfy his own needs, the raven spirit was seen as both good and bad in native mythology. He was a character who brought light to the world and returned the animals to the land and seas for the people to eat. But it was never done out of the goodness of his heart. Either a lustful eye or an empty stomach always motivates Raven, and any good that comes out of his adventures is usually unintended. But he is the central character in most stories, probably because his desire and his lust most often mirrored those of humans. And when it comes to the stories, Raven was simply the most entertaining for the people. And I hope, dear reader, after finishing this book, you will say the same thing. Raven brings light to the world. Raven, the powerful spirit of legend, had always existed and will exist forever. In a time long before the memory of humans, the world was a place of darkness. No light fell upon the seas or penetrated the forests. It was a time when the spirits glided through the shadows alone. For thousands of generations, they did not meet another soul in their wanderings. Although Raven did not mind the solitude, he was beginning to tire of his own company. For Raven, not getting into any mischief was against his nature. Plus, the darkness did not make it easy to get around, and most of all, hunting for food was wearisome. In his wanderings, Raven learned one day after a chance meeting with Tlaik, daughter of the evil spirit Aios, that long ago her father had taken the light and placed it in a box that was now somewhere inside their lodge. She told Raven that her father thought the box so precious that he had hidden it so no one could easily locate it. Raven was confident he could steal the light, but getting it would not be easy. But if there was one thing Raven was good at, it was trickery. And as he traveled the great distance to the home of Aios, his plan to steal the light came to him. After many days' flight, Raven finally arrived at the place where Aios's lodge was supposed to be. However, because it was completely dark, Raven could not see exactly where the lodge was. After stumbling around in the dark for a long time, Raven's persistence paid off when he heard the voice of Aios off in the distance. "It is so nice that I and I alone possess the light. It is mine and mine alone to behold. I have placed it in this precious box. Not even my own daughter is allowed to touch it. I shall guard the light with my life, and if anyone should come near it, they will feel my anger." Walking in the direction that the voice was coming from, Raven finally came upon the lodge. Sitting outside, Raven waited until its inhabitant went to sleep, and then he poked and investigated every inch of the dwelling's walls, looking for an opening. But he could find no door. It was obvious that Aios wanted to protect his precious box and had used magic to disguise the entrance to his home. Groping around in the dark, Raven came across a tree and perched himself on a branch, waiting for someone to come outside. After several days, his patience was rewarded